All right, guys. So going along with that chargum build that I'm going to be doing. Just got back from a trip. We went down to Georgia, spent a couple days down there. And while I was down there, I actually stopped off in Tennessee to a mutual friend that I have with a couple of you guys on Facebook. A really good buddy of mine. His name is, you guys know him as Dodge Dudum. His name is Travis. One of the big dogs when it comes to Magnum's Mafia. But anyway, I stopped down there and I picked up a brand new Hellcat SRT hood and a brand new Hellcat SRT front bumper for a 15 to 23 Dodge Charger. The reason I bought, so in case you didn't notice, I'll show you. I picked up this car. It's a 2015 Dodge Charger RT. It had been in a fire, but the reason I picked it up was because it had a few good parts to it. One being it had twin turbos. And the other is the rear end that it has is a 309 LSD rear end. It's a Hellcat rear end, which I wanted to upgrade from the 306 LSD that I currently have in my blue car. Anyway, getting to the point, this Magnum was given to me as payment for doing pretty extensive engine work on a buddy's 2014 Dodge Charger RT. He drove it all the way down, or trailered his RT Charger all the way down from North Dakota so that I could work on it. And part of the payment he gave me was the Shell rust-free 2005 Dodge Magnum RT. Originally I didn't know what to do with this car. I kind of figured maybe I'll just use it for parts because it's pretty much a shell. Like, there's no motor, no transmission, wiring's cut up, the interior's all torn apart and everything. But I started looking at it a little bit more, and my blue Magnum has a fair amount of rust that you can't see. The doors are starting to rust on the bottom really bad. The hatch is rusting really bad. The floor pans are rusting extremely bad, and there's a hole in the trunk pan that's been there for quite some time. And I'm just not in the mood to spend buku bucks on having all of that rust fixed. So what I'm going to end up doing over the course of the next, hopefully, a couple of months, is I'm going to be swapping all of my parts, engine, transmission, so on and so forth, from my blue Magnum to this one. And then I'm going to take the full rear cradle out of this one and put it in that one. And then I'm going to also put the twin turbos that this had onto that one. Another thing that I'm going to be doing that I've been wanting to do for probably almost as long as I've owned a Magnum, which some of you might know I've owned a Magnum for a very, very long time. I'm actually going to be converting the front end of this car. So instead of having a Dodge Magnum front end, it's going to have a 15 to 23 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat front end on it. I'll kind of show you. Mind you, my garage is messy as hell. You know, having a newborn kind of makes everything back priority, you know, basically. But there's the bumper. Comes with all the trim, everything that I need. Grill, support, the whole nine right there. And then this is my hood. Like I said, it's the SRT Hellcat hood for a 15 to 23 Dodge Charger. And it is fully functional. It ain't cheap. It's not a cheap brand. It's an OEM aluminum hood. So he didn't skimp out when he helped me get this. Okay, guys, this is not a cheap aftermarket hood. It's OEM. Along with the bumper. The bumper is OEM as well. You can see there's that right there, and then somewhere on this, I can't remember where it is, but there's an actual OEM part number on the wrapper itself. I don't know where the hell it is, but anyway, Travis has the hookup, guys. If you guys are looking to do a front end swap, whether it be a Charger, Challenger, or newer style 300, hit him up. He can get you guys that whole setup. I'm pretty sure he's also getting fenders, the matching fenders for it. Get at him, and then he'll help you out. I'm also going to keep the rocker covers off that Charger. They will fit directly onto that Magnum. The Magnum has a two-piece, so where it goes onto the fender, like right here, this is one piece, and then the rest is another piece. and they never sit right. They end up sagging towards the front right there between the two. So I'm going to swap them out and put just the charger one on there. They bolt right up. This is the core support, radiator core support. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use this, because if you look at this side, it's got that bottom piece right there. Well, that bottom piece is all plastic. That's where the headlight sits, and that's also where the fender bolts up to the bracket itself. On this side, where the engine caught fire and everything, that whole plastic bezel is gone. Now, granted, it'll still bolt up and the headlight will still sit in there, but I'm not sure how I feel about that. On top of that, you know, I've got the singes and stuff like right here. So I might have to be in the market for a new core support. I do have one headlight. It's actually in really, really good shape. It's not burnt, crispy, or any of that stuff. So I need to find another headlight. I've got the hood latches. Those are the ones that the hood sits on to go up and down. I also have to convert it with the actual latch assembly itself. And then I have the fenders off of the Charger. So what I have to do is I have to take these fenders along with the Dodge Magnum fenders and take them to my body guy. And he has to basically cut the Charger fenders and the Magnum fenders, so that way, even though it's going to have a Charger front end, that front fender part is going to be the Charger front fender, but it also has to have the body lines. As you can see, the body lines right there and right there that have to match up with the doors. So that way he's going to take basically the two fenders and make one so that the body lines match up, but it also fits the front bumper and the hood for the Charger front end. So that's where we're at. Originally, this car was sitting right here, and it's been there since I think September of last year. It was actually sitting on jack ramps because I had taken the wheels off of this so that I could pull another car, and it's been sitting on those ramps ever since. I ended up grabbing these ones and just throwing these ones on so I could actually move it. So basically what I'm up to right now is I'm going to jack the ass end of this car up, and I'm going to drop the whole entire rear cradle. I'm talking the whole cradle, brakes, brake lines, drive shaft, wheels, rear differential, the whole nine. Luckily, this doesn't have exhaust because I had the twin turbos with the pipes sitting right there, little snout sitting out of the hood. So I'm going to take this one off. I'm going to take that one off, and then I'm going to put this one directly on that one. And I think what I'm going to do, just to kind of save time, instead of having to deal with a car that has no wheels and figuring out how to move it, I'm going to take the subframe from that one and throw it on that one. I have a buddy that might be getting this car. He plans on doing I would call it a Magnum Charger, but what he is going to do is he's going to take the shell of this, he's going to chop the roof off, and he's going to put a Magnum roof on it. So it's going to look like a Charger, but it's going to look like a hatchback Charger. So he's kind of doing what I'm doing, but he's doing it the other way. The Charger body versus the Magnum body. I'm going to do the Magnum body with the Charger front end. He's going to do the whole Charger, and then he's going to take the roof of a Magnum and put it there, and then he's going to match the rear so that the rear taillights of a Charger actually work and are functioning properly on those. If you've never seen one of those, Google it. It looks phenomenal, man. There's a couple of people have done it, and it is awesome. Mind you, if you're in the market, I have a set of hellcat reps for sale. These are 20 by 9.5, I think. The tires are actually really good condition. They are winter edition Bridgestones. This front tire got some damage from the fire, but the rim is still in good condition. It just needs to be cleaned up. As you can see, the crud that's on it and stuff. The tire itself, I don't know, it's holding air, but I wouldn't trust it. So, but anyway, if you're in the market, those are for sale. Also, I have a rear bumper. It is a Scat Pack Edition bumper. That's for sale. Also have a carbon fiber hellcat diffuser along with a carbon fiber rear wing. This is all going to be for sale once I get everything switched over and stuff, because I don't need those rims. I've got Scat Pack rims for it. Along with, if you have a 12 or newer Charger with a 5.7 in it and you're looking to upgrade, this motor, if the original builder doesn't end up buying it, this motor is going to be for sale, okay? As of right now, I'm not going to show you guys, but as of right now, it needs a new intake. probably a few sensors, and it needs new valve covers and coils. I have all of that. I will put all of that on it before I sell it, if the original builder doesn't end up buying it. But it is semi-built. It's got a cam. It's got a few upgrades on it. So it's really good. It's got a brand new crank pulley bolt. So, I mean, it's a decently built motor, and it was able to handle twin turbos. I don't know how much boost the guy had. I think he only had like 9 pounds on it, but it was able to handle it. So if you're in the market for a 5.7 Hemi, in that year range, the VVT style engine, hit me up on that if the original builder doesn't buy it back. Aside from that, I also have a NAG1 transmission that is actually kind of rare in these cars. And this year, those transmissions were supposed to be the 8-speed automatics like the newer Durangos and newer Chargers were supposed to have. But this is an ex-police cruiser. So this actually has the NAG1 transmission. It was the only way that they put the NAG1s in there. It was the police cruiser edition. So that transmission will be for sale as well on that. There isn't really much else on the vehicle unless you want to buy some brakes. It has brand new pads, brand new rotors, really, really good shape. The rears are drilled and slotted, I believe. Yeah, the rears are drilled, not slotted. Or slotted, not drilled. But it's got brand new brake pads, all that stuff. So I would sell the mirrors because they've got carbon fiber mirrors, but that mirror has seen better days. So I think the instrument cluster is still good. So if anybody needs a new instrument cluster for a 15 or newer Charger, there you go. Anyway, that's where I'm at with this. I will update you guys with videos on, once I get the rear end off of this Charger, I will make a video showing you guys of what the rear end looks like and so on and so forth. And then once I get it swapped over to the Magnum, I will show you guys that as well. So along with that, I actually have to take the knuckles off of, or not the knuckles, but the spindles and all that stuff off the back of this on the rear end here, because I have Brembos on my blue car, and I'm going to end up keeping my Brembos to put on this red car now. So another thing is, when I am fully done with this, I'm not going to go and paint the whole entire car. That's just going to cost way too much money, and I don't have money or time for that. So I'm actually going to end up wrapping the whole entire car to match. I'm not going to tell you guys what color it is right now, but be on the lookout. A lot of you know me. A lot of you know what color I want. Don't spoil it. But if you guys can imagine what color I'm choosing, it's going to look phenomenal when it's done. So stay along with me on this journey, guys. We'll get everything. You guys keep watching for the videos that I post of all this stuff and follow my journey on that. Along with that, if anybody has any local to me, I should say, within a 100-mile radius, if anybody has a tail on a upper radiator support for a 15 or newer Charger, along with a passenger side headlight and the pigtails to the headlight, let me know. I am in the market for those so that I can get this swap started. The only thing that's holding me back, or gonna hold me back, is going to be the fenders. But the guy that plans on picking up the shell of this car, if he actually does pick up the shell, he's actually got pre-made fabbed fenders that are meant specifically for the chargum swap. He might just trade me those fenders for the shell of the car. I'm just going to end up probably giving him the old fenders for the Charger and the Magnum, just because, that's just how I am, and I don't need any of that. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, if you guys have an eye out and you guys find an upper rad support, a passenger side headlight, and pigtails for a 15 or newer Charger, let me know. They do not need to be HIDs or anything like that. Standard halogen style is perfectly fine. So anyway, that's all for now. I will make another video later.